Nicole here. All right, we are going to talk about Leo with water signs. So the compatibility of our king slash queen, the royal Leo, and all the various water signs. So this will be for Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces with Leo. Now first, let's talk about Leo, of course. Leo is our sign that's ruled by the sun, and Leo type personalities are warm, affectionate, proud, dignified people. Leos too tend to have a larger than life-ness about them, whether it's displayed through sort of a flashy kind of personality where they're literally sort of loud and getting it, they're attention getters, or if they dress in a way that's a little bit bold, or if they just sort of speak their mind. Like Leos have this, they've got this natural charisma about them, and this you can't mistake, you can't miss a Leo, right? They can be a little show-offy, they can be a little bossy, these are sort of the stereotypes of the Leo. But ultimately it comes down to this, like I said, this dignity that they have about them. They have a sense that they know what's best. They can have a sense that they're perhaps right. But on the high side with a Leo, I love their ability to protect the people they love. They have this ability also to sort of shine their light on people and inspire people with just their natural charisma. Now, if you look at Leo, you put a Leo with a water sign, and let's start with Cancer. Now, with Cancer, we have this sensitive sort of homebody. I actually really like Leo males with Cancer females, but I don't really like Leo females with Cancer males, because again, when you have a female fire sign, there's a strong kind of yang personality type, which is just great. But when you have a watery male, he's going to be a little softer, more sensitive, and can be a little emasculated by this Leo female many times. And as a general rule, just comparing those two archetypes, I don't love that setup when you have water male and fire female. But let's just talk about the archetypes in general. What's good about this mix is you have Leos who like to sort of be the center of attention. Leos like to be taken care of. They like affection, and they like to give affection to those that they love. And Cancers like to have somebody to take care of. They like to have somebody they're nurturing and helping grow. So the Cancer can kind of cater to the Leo's needs, and that can work for a while. But again, just like all of the fire-water combos, we tend to see energy dissipating from these two people because neither is really feeding the other one. Okay, the Cancer may feel like they're not getting enough emotional nourishment, and the Leo or the fire sign is going to feel like they are being smothered a little bit, or like it's never good enough. And so when you have a Leo in particular, these are people who pride themselves on doing things kind of the right way, or they're a fixed sign, so it's this know-it-all thing. So if you're telling a Leo that they're not doing relationship properly, that can be sort of offensive to them because they feel like they're really good at love and relationship. So not my favorite combination, but not horrible either, especially again if you've got Leo male and this Cancer female. Remember, this is Leo's the sun, Cancer is the moon. So when it's the man that's the Leo, I actually sort of like, and I like this combo. It's not my very favorite in the whole zodiac, but it's not a horrible combination either. The other thing too, Cancer can sometimes withdraw, and that can leave the Leo feeling sort of lost and unsure of where the Leo stands with the Cancer, and the Cancer can get their feelings hurt and withdraw over something that the Leo would think's not really a big deal. This happens with all of the fire kind of water combinations. You can see this happening, especially with Cancer and Pisces in particular, because they're quite sensitive. Okay, so moving along, let's do Leo and Scorpio. So we've got two fixed signs here. These are people that are both quite stubborn. They both tend to think that they know what's best. And in relationships, they can sometimes butt heads with each other. Uh, this is one that I don't see that often, honestly. So Leo is very proud, and they both are gonna, and Scorpio kind of is too, but in a different way. They're both going to want to be the bosses, the boss of the relationship, right? Or sort of wear the pants, so to speak. Scorpio, this could be like a really passionate relationship. It could be very sexually charged because you've got this intensity with both of these personality types. But as far as like a day-to-day, the interpersonal dynamics between these two signs is a little bit tricky. And I guess I'm not being very specific, but there's going to be power struggles. There's going to be clashes of will. The Leo wants to do one thing, the Scorpio wants to do another, and they have a hard time. They can be at cross purposes with one another, have a hard time finding common ground. And also with fighting, man, stand back, because they are both going to know or think that they're right, and that makes for interesting. They can make for some interesting dynamics between two people when they're fighting. Okay, now moving on to Leo again. So Leo and Scorpio. Well, I guess we should do this too. Leo man, Scorpio female. Leo man. Okay, he is going to be a little bit. She's going to be the one that's kind of the wild card. Okay, he's going to sort of stand firm. Be in love with her. We're assuming this is a couple where they love each other. He's going to be sort of doting on her, and there could be a thing where it's like she's never satisfied a little bit, or feeling like she wants more from him, more depth from him, because this is an issue with Leos and all the fire signs. Maybe they're not quite as emotionally deep as the Scorpio might be. And then if you flip this around and you say this is a Leo female and a Scorpio male, you could see her being a little bit of a princess and him trying to just kind of being over it, feeling like he's a father figure almost to her. That could happen a little bit, I could see with the Leo female. And him actually kind of enjoying that role to a certain extent, but then getting exhausted by it and needing to be fed himself, like needing emotionally to not just always be the person that's fluffing up her ego and making her feel good about herself, but perhaps also he needs a little bit of that in return, and some emotional depth, more emotional depth than perhaps what this combination, these two people would sort of look like together. You can say this will be a loyal pairing. If these are two people that love each other, you can bet that they're quite loyal to one another. But there's jealousy issues, possessiveness issues with both of these signs. So there better be loyalty. If there's not, there's going to be like big battle. Okay, so moving on to Leo and Pisces. With Pisces, we have this sensitive, emotional, spiritual, bendy, moldable, imaginative, creative sign. And Leo is also quite creative. This is the ruler of the fifth house. I actually kind of like this combination, and again, in particular, when it's Leo male and Pisces female. He's going to want to protect her. He's going to want to take care of this Piscean. He's going to be inspired by her spiritually. He'll be inspired by her even, creatively. She will make him feel a sense of kind of renewal and this urge to be more spiritual. Okay, so I like this combination if it's the Leo male with the Pisces female. Now, if it's the other way around, again, Pisces male, these are softer, kind of escapist type of a personality, and I don't like that energy as much because the Leo female is could take a little bit of advantage of the Pisces male. This could work out great because she could get the things she wants, sort of like when we were looking at Aries and Pisces. It's a kind of a similar dynamic here. She could kind of get what she wants being taken care of and doted upon, but she's going to be annoyed at Pisces softness, femininity, I guess you could say. Piscean men, you could be very masculine, but they have this quality of this bendability about them because they're a mutable sign, right? So this malleability in their personality where they maybe don't always stand up for something that they really believe in, or maybe they defer, maybe he defers to her, and so she feels like you need to be more of a man, this kind of thing can happen. Or, if he's got a lot of fire or earth or fixed signs in his chart, that will make him a little bit more rigid and a little more masculine, and then she would appreciate that. And if this Leo female has water too, that softens her a little bit, makes her more understanding of his masculine or his sort of more emotive nature, then that's a nice combination too. But for the most part, Leo and water signs is is going to be best if it's the man, because he can take this role as the protector and the man and the provider, sort of a traditional role. Leo men are really pretty at heart traditional. They're traditional men. It's the king, right? Like he wants to protect his kingdom and take care of his subjects, his loyal subjects. And so it's nice when it's the Leo man. When it's a Leo female with the water signs, it's a little tougher because she may sense, again, that the water sign male is a little bit too soft or too weak for her, or for, just lifestyle-wise, what she would be attracted to. He might be a little bit too soft for her. All right, that's Leo and the water signs. Okay, questions or comments down below. Okay.